Party into overtime, by which I mean regular time, by which I mean let's go.
We're a little behind.
Yeah.
You're
We're
right.
always behind, though.
It's
That's
under, kicking into under time?
Don't we start at like 9:30?
Yeah.
That's that's the warm-up time. I just don't have a warm-up act to go on for us.
Yeah.
The audience just stares at a blank screen.
Look, and I'm using an actual coffee cup.
Holy shit.
I'm a real adult now. I have letters next to my name and everything to prove it.
Yeah, you do.
Fancy letters.
I have BS next to my name. It's great.
Yes. Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of Forge, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live-streamed Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. I'm joined as always by my wonderful friends, Chris, playing Gottwald Ironhorn, the Minotaur Rune Knight Fighter.
Hello.
Heather, motherfucking CFE, congratulations. Playing Sabra Kedis, Lizard Folk School of Necromancy Wizard.
Thank you. Hello. I got my official, like, I am an
Oh,
official.
you got the thing. Okay, I'm gonna say, is
I
it
got it
separate from the
yesterday.
thing? You just didn't get the
Yeah.
certificate until now. Okay.
Yeah, I got my, I was fully certified as of yesterday. So,
Raymond has disappeared, playing back the Turtle Drake Warden Ranger / Rogue. I remember he got his Rogue dip in last time. And Reese playing Toril, the Kenku Fathomless Warlock / Fighter.
I have a duck sticker on my shirt.
Yeah,
you
you
do.
have a.
oh wait, there's a thing for
There's
that.
literally
Yeah.
a thing for that.
Hurry.
All right, the moment is passing.
Hurry.
It's
Sit
passing.
down.
It's done.
Oh my
We stream our
god.
sessions live on YouTube every Friday.
There
Watch
it is.
more thank you. My God. Watch more D&D videos, reviews, and quacks on my channel. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com. Watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series Craft of the Deep every Monday and Thursday. Head over to our live post-session discussion, Chat from the Deep, after our show tonight. We are going to do Chat from the Deep tonight. I'm feeling it. You can also listen to all these live D&D shows with Rogue Watson podcasts available wherever you get your podcasts. You can join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. If you would like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. Patrons get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, participate in monthly DM roundtables, and private patron D&D games. Shout out to patrons this week. Harold, for our campaign, we use Roll20net. For video chat, we use Discord. For streaming, I use OBS Studio. Music is by Kevin McLeod. Amazing original character art was done by Jim McClure. Previously on Quack from the Deep, the party returned from Thornhold and their sunken adventures to their ship, ready to take on their next quest, journeying to the island city of Orlumbor to investigate evil activities, the behest of their Aboleth patron. The journey south would take a few days, traveling along the coast. With their pockets full of gold, the party stopped in Waterdeep for some magic item shopping, where Toril picked up a Gem of Seeing, Savra a Pearl of Power, Gottwald a Periapt of Wound Closure, and Mac a Hat of Disguise. They all haggled and paid, though Mac was able to barter with his gloves of missile snaring and a dangerous demonstration. With their shopping spree complete, the party arrived in the city of Orlumbor, where they were greeted by noxious smoke, sludge water, and dilapidated buildings. The local militia tried to shake them down with little success, and the party rescued a man from some street urchins. The man was Dr. Refram, a local physician and alchemist who was seeking the aid of the newcomers. He brought them back to his workshop, where he offered them a job to investigate a string of violent murders and exonerate the man who was caught and ultimately executed. Welcome to
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna be
Styes.
honest. I missed like 3/4 of that last week, being up here and just dying from.
Yeah, I may need to kind of just recap the whole.
I remember an old man was getting harangued by children.
Right, and you guys went back to his place. Ooh.
Oh my!
He mentioned, let's see. A killer, the locals call the Lantern Ghost, had been murdering random people at night through weeks of death. And then the militia caught a man named Jamie, who is a friend of Dr. Refram's, caught him literally red-handed with a dead body and a bloody knife in hand. However, Dr. Refram claims that Jamie would never do these things. He was a kind soul, one of the few left in town. He wasn't given a trial. They threw him into the local asylum where Rephram was unable to visit him. And within days, he was summarily executed via hanging. And on the way to his execution, because their gallows is public, he screamed and cried that he had no knowledge or memory of the killings. They also would not let anyone, including Dr. Rephram, anywhere near the body afterwards. However, Dr. Rephram has heard rumors about another murder that just occurred last night. That is after the man was executed. So he believes there's something else going with all these different clues. He thinks there's something else going on. He went to the militia, but they just threatened to throw him into the asylum and were basically super surly, which you guys already dealt with, some super surly militia. So he was at the end of his rope, and then he saw your ship pull into the docks and put together his life savings and just basically to Hail Mary and try to see if you guys were willing to, as outsiders, take up the case. He has no idea why you're even here, what you're doing here. He just kind of is asking for assistance here. You all are here, also under vague pretenses, but the Aboleth, who you all had met in Neverwinter, had learned supposedly the location of one of the Illithid leaders. He was, the Aboleth was fully aware of the mind, basically the only other entity you know that is actually aware of what's going on, and that's why you all hit it off so well, and has under good authority, believed that one of the Illithid leaders is here in this city, although doesn't know any other details beyond that.
Okay.
And I think that just about catches us up to where we ended last time. So I can reshare the man's picture if you like. He was the guy with the glasses that you like so much.
Physics-defying glasses.
That's right. Wait, myself. He says
does he have,
that.
or go ahead.
Yeah, well, go ahead now.
Does he have any idea like where to start looking?
Yeah. He says, there are two leads, I suppose, that I have been unable to make any progress on. One would be the asylum that Jamie was put in. He was there for several days. Perhaps something happened there, or someone knows something, but they brush me off. And the other would be having to talk to the militia directly. I know that's a lost cause, but I have done some research, and I know the arresting officer, one Constable Jude. She is one of the good ones, I believe. I just have been unable to get a chance to speak with her. But I think
Constable what? Jude?
Jude, yeah.
Jude, okay.
Jude the dude. If you can get a hold of her, I believe maybe she could help. Just got to be careful. I don't know what is going on here, but you may have noticed we're not exactly an organized, civilized bunch here. Our higher-ups are as corrupt as they come.
Has it always been this way with this town, or has things gotten worse?
Things were perhaps never quite so good in a while, but have certainly gotten worse in recent years and recent weeks especially. I'm not much for politics. I just try to help people where I can. But sometimes I feel like it's just putting a band-aid on a broken leg.
Well, we are here. I suppose it could not hurt to look into this.
Thank you so much. I don't know what you're doing here. I apologize for being so forward about this. As I said, I'm desperate for help.
Oh, we'll glance at Mac. We are doing nothing here. We are just passing through. For no reason. And so we will look into your thing while we are here.
He nods and kind of points to his sack of money. He says, I can pay you for your time, of course.
Ooh, we could check Gottwald into the asylum and tell them he thinks he's a Sawagan. Because he likes to wear the...
Shark outfit.
He doesn't like to wear the shark outfit. You made him do it one time.
It's your new sleeping onesie. Don't even deny it.
We will discuss recompense later, after we have discovered what is actually going on.
Says, I know you probably don't know your way around. I would be happy to take you to either the asylum or show you where the garrison is.
Want to go first? We want to try to go talk to a guard or go see where the dude was in prison before he was executed.
Hmm.
He's executed, you said?
Yeah, he's dead. We're trying, but then more murders happened after, or another murder happened after he died. So we're trying to figure out who's actually doing the murders.
Yeah, there's been like a serial killer in the town, and a dude was caught, but it was this guy's friend, and he's claiming that like my friend would never do this, and the dude even like denied everything, and it all sounded like kind of at least Dr. Refram here is pointing to like some kind of conspiracy or cover up, and the dude was not given any kind of trial or anything, and was ultimately executed. And then the next night, there was apparently rumors of another murder that happened. And so he's suggesting as leads to go to the asylum that Jamie was the one that was caught and killed, was put in, or look up he's suggesting that the arresting officer might actually be pretty helpful if you can get a hold of her.
Do these people believe in ghosts?
The serial killer is colloquial known as the Lantern Ghost Killer.
Oh,
So yes, they believe in ghosts.
yeah, at least to some degree.
Does the friar here, does he know anything about the arresting officer?
He believes that she is one of the rare like good ones. He admits that like their town is kind of run by corruption, and it's a real like dystopian Gotham situation basically. But he thinks that she is one of the few like straight and narrow, and seems to be honorable and everything from what you gathered. That's his opinion, but he seems honest about that. However, he's not been able to get near the militia. They just call him a crazy old man, don't really care, and he's not been able to get a hold of her.
Let's go to the asylum first.
Oh man, which one of us is about to get committed?
Somebody's getting committed.
What are we doing here if somebody's not getting committed?
I mean, do we have to sneak our way in, or could we just,
No,
as
we can
part
try.
of the, you know,
Yeah.
as part of the 10 town marshals, maybe they'll just let us in. No? Wrong
Oh,
campaign?
He didn't
Wrong
catch it.
wrong-
He didn't
wrong
catch it, right?
campaign, but yeah.
The 10 town marshals, yeah, I didn't. Although your background is still of a city watch, so
Yeah, you're still a cop. Maybe you can exert some cop
do your
influence.
cop stuff. So yeah, Dr. Referent. So I guess I didn't quite catch this. Are you guys accepting the payment for this job because he told you the mission and he's like, "Hey, I've got money here." He's just kind of awkwardly like looking at you, looking at the money. He kind of expects you guys to be paid for this.
I told him we'd talk about it after we figured out what's going on.
Okay.
I don't
Per
know what
diem.
he's offering.
Or
but
yeah,
yeah,
like what do they
exactly.
call it? Pro bono.
Yeah.
Per diem is like
No,
you're
it's
actually
not, it's
getting
not
paid.
pro bono. It's just the paid upon delivery.
So Offer's like, all right, now look, I got a contract. You're gonna have to.
That's right.
No. We're not doing this for free.
Yeah.
But
Oh, no,
we'll take your money when we're done. We'll discuss how much you owe us at that point.
He kind
So
of
we don't know how much work's involved yet. These are like
Hey.
contractors. We gotta investigate.
I
gotta
start sweating.
Survey the
I
scene.
don't have much.
It'll be a
I don't know if I can handle an expense report. He leads you all down just through broken down walkways and again sludge water. It's very much like canals everywhere. It's a whole water theme. Buildings are just falling apart, leaning on each other, rotting is the whole thing. And there's a just polluted air everywhere. There's these alchemists like workshops and factories just spewing this noxious fumes throughout. It's the whole place is that wet, dank, smoky smell everywhere. And there's people on the streets. They're all just kind of coughing and huddled and rats everywhere.
It's very dank.
And he said the place is dank. Dank mean.
The dank.
He said this place has always been this like this.
No. You guys can stop or not stop it. You chat like along the way and he talks about how the city was once a crown jewel of the Sword Coast. It's such a prime area that every traveler would stop here and be able to refuel. He points out their shipyards were like the best thing they had in here. It would bring in all these people. But he said, unfortunately, that also kind of led to the city's downfall because everybody wanted control of this city. Waterdeep and Luskin and Neverwinter and Baldur's Gate and Amn and all these different coastal cities would just wage these, if not outright battles, then like political battles or just something that would basically leave the city that much more vulnerable and weakened. And he admits that they became, susceptible to, local strong arm politicians and cults and, all these different bad actors, I guess, that really ended up taking over. And all of a sudden you've got temples turning into these factories and workshops. And just, he said it was a very gradual thing. But, you turn around and all of a sudden it just got worse and worse and worse until suddenly like the ship stopped coming and it was just so bad that now the town just kind of eats itself. And now the only thing they can do to stay alive is to all work at this one like kind of polluting industry that is generating all these, I guess, potions and stuff. So you learn all about the city. This guy is very much like, you get like a Gotham vibe where he's like, I love my city, but it's just gotten on some real hard times. There's some bad actors here, and I'm sure we can turn things around. I get the feeling this guy is definitely an optimist and perhaps a bit naive in that way. But he does seem legit though. From the conversations you get, he seems like he really does just want to help people and tries to help out wherever he can. And he is often victimized and taken advantage of as a result. An enormous building looms near the water, surrounded by a high iron gate. The outside is bare and unmarked, though a faded sign hangs above the entrance with the ominous words, "Welcome home."
Welcome home.
Dr. Refram says, Hopener Asylum was once a prison. I guess it is still in some ways. It's officially a mental hospital, but I don't believe there is much healing done in these walls. More like this is where many folks end up these days, crushed by the weight of this place. He shudders. I can't imagine Jamie being in here. The outer doors lead to a barren entryway with a large gate on the other side. A blank-faced young man stands near a door built into the gate, staring at you all uneasily.
Boo.
He doesn't speak, he just stares.
He's like standing in front of the door, or like we can't go in.
Like there's a, unlocked just entryway thing you can walk into. That area is completely bare, and then there's a gate inside. And that gate, it's like a gate that has like a built-in door in it.
Yeah.
That's closed, and there's a man on the other side of the gate. A young man who's just kind of staring back at you.
Max says to him, do you need to know who we are? You're cool with us walking in.
The man continues to stare blankly.
I drink my potion of mind reading that I've held on to for weeks now.
Oh,
Time
this is
to
going
read
to
some
make the
minds.
DM's job way harder.
I have a potion of mind reading.
How long's that
I am
last?
going to drink it. It's the detect thoughts spell. So, it's about a minute. But, gotta figure out why this guy's not saying shit.
Gonna read his mind. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, can you post that in the chat to see how this works?
I can
Potion
copy and
of
paste it
mind.
from.
Is it literally just the detect thoughts spell? Is it detect thoughts spell? Okay. Detect thoughts. All right, when you cast a spell and your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature has intelligence of 3 or lower, doesn't speak any language, creature is unaffected. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in the moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If you probe deeper, they must make a Wiz saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, something that looms large in its mind, something that worries over, loves, or hates. Okay.
So I get initial thoughts, but then
yes,
if I want to dig deeper, it's got to make a save against me digging deeper.
The initial thought that you hear, first of all, you can tell there's...
First, we see the hamster in the DM's brain going, God freaking damn it.
No, this is interesting. The first thing is you turn it on and you almost feel like it's not working. You're like, is this thing on? You are not getting a whole lot from this dude on the other side. You can tell there's just not a lot of activity, frankly. The only things that you basically hear is kind of a repeated phrase that's like, guard the door. It's like, see what they want, guard the door, get me if you need me, is basically like the 3 thoughts that like literally repeat ad nauseum in this guy's head.
I dig deeper because I want to know who told him those thoughts.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why
it's
is
me.
this guy's thoughts somebody else's like instructions?
Yeah.
Like he's got none of his own thoughts in his head.
Okay. So it's a DC 13, you said?
Yeah. I mean, this guy's basically a doormat, so. Yep,
Okay.
doormat.
So you are able to dig deeper, and you can see what you do learn is that, yeah, he doesn't seem to have a whole lot of thoughts on his own. It sounds like he is, even though it looks like he is dressed like you would expect staff maybe to dress, you're very much getting the feeling that he is mentally challenged. And that the instructions were given to him by his superior, I guess, a boss, whatever you want to call it. You do get a name plucked out of his head from the one who gave him the instructions as a Dr. Tranter. I think that's the name. Yes, Dr. Tranter. And you do get his name is Bray. But yeah, you still just hear those main instructions were like guard the door, see what people want, and then come get me if you need me. And it seems like he is just hyper focused on those instructions as he stands. And occasionally you hear a thought that's like, I'm tired or something. Like very basic shit.
Yeah. She just looks at him and says, we're going inside. And she just motions
you tell
for everybody.
You tell us this information, right?
I tell you that his name is Bray. Not that we're looking for Dr. Trantor yet. Because I want to get inside fast before this wears off so I can see if I can find some more people. I tell you that his instructions are to guard the door and get his boss if he needs him.
Simple. Just tell him that Dr. Trantor sent us.
Yeah. We're going inside. And then she just literally just goes to walk past him.
He kind of snaps to attention for a second. He was just kind of staring off with a 1,000-yard stare, and he kind of snaps and suddenly looks at you all. And his eyes kind of go wide when he really looks at you all, because you're a fucking lizard folk and a turtle and a minotaur. And he kind of reels back for a second, and you feel his mind go blank for a moment, like completely blank. And then it suddenly, like, his computer reboots, and he kind of shakes.
What would be an eyebrow? One eyebrow just goes up if she had eyebrows.
And he shakes his head and seems to remember his instructions. And says, "Oh, what do you want?"
Whoa!
We have an appointment.
I don't know if you recognize me. I'm part of the Night Watch here, and I've got a few arrests here. They're coming peacefully with me, but you know.
Just
I'm told.
Suddenly running a ruse that none of us agreed to.
That's our man.
I've been told that we arrest him and lock him up here.
He kind of gets puzzled from one says, "Night watch? Arrests? Here?"
Yeah. I'm a recent transfer.
It's my first day.
I forget what you call the city watch here.
He starts taking a few steps back. I better go back and get the doctor.
Trantor is expecting us. We'll be going now.
Plus, you don't want to disturb him, right? He's already expecting us. You don't need to tell him again. Pretty sure he'd get mad at you if you were to disturb him during his work.
He has a really confused look on his face. As who? He?
Sauber puts her face in front of his and just goes, Trantor is expecting us.
She is?
Yes. Guard the door.
Roll a deception check, please.
Am I good at deception? I'm not. God damn it.
Can't imagine this would be too hard to deceive in.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Wow. All right. A 19 with a +0. He grows relaxed when you say that. He says, "Oh, good." And he reaches up and unlocks the door and opens it up and he steps back into the hallway and he screams that makes you all jump, and he goes like, "Dr. Trantor! Here to see you!" It's very uncomfortable. Like you're like right next to him. He just like just screams. And then he immediately kind of looks at all of you, just looking at a blank stare.
Unnecessary. But guard the door.
After a few moments, rounding a corner of the hallway, and again, these are just dingy, like almost horror movie, like flickering torches, bare ass hallways, people muttering in corners. An exhausted woman with graying, thinning hair and a dirty smock rounds the corner with alarming speed. Her eyes
from her brain.
shoot up in surprise when she takes you all in, and then immediately grows suspicious.
What do I hear from her brain?
Well, first she speaks as, "What's this all about then? One of the counselors finally sending in the goon squad? I thought we were neutral territory."
Give me her brain thoughts.
You hear a wailing erupting from down a hallway, and she throws up her hands and says, I don't have time for politics. All right, brain thoughts as you focus on her.
Brain juice.
Her immediate brain thoughts are that she is, she almost doesn't have, she's the opposite of the last brain you just looked at. She's a mile a fucking minute. She's somebody who's very stressed, very overworked. She's got a million plates spinning, and you're almost like overwhelmed with the information coming at you in waves of like her keeping track of like, okay, this person needs this medicine, this person needs to be moved over here to this corner, this person may have just died in their cell, they need to be cleaned up, this, and just like all of these things in like all these different areas, and it's like a scene of a telekinetic, like getting overwhelmed for a moment from all these surface thoughts. But the ones you hear probably immediately at the surface is obviously pertaining to you all, and it's confusion and mostly just annoyance at like suddenly having to deal with yet another like interruption in her day, basically. But she does catalog you as all being very unusual looking and clearly not from around here also.
What did she say to us verbally? I forgot what you said.
Verbally, she says, what is this? Did one of the counselors send you here? I thought we were neutral territory.
Yup.
I concur.
That's
We
a yes
are-
for me.
We are the newest recruits sent here to help.
Says she looks back at you and says, to help? You're here to work? Here?
I dig deeper. I just want to see.
Okay.
I have a feeling she's gonna make that save, but
Honestly, it wasn't our first choice, but here we are.
or I lose my mind reading.
Okay.
She didn't make it.
She did not make
I
a
get to hear
save.
more.
You get to dig deeper.
Gotta dig a little deeper.
Yeah. Let's see. If it fails, you get insight into the reasoning, emotional state. I kind of already gave you that information, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Something that looms large in their mind, that worries over, loves, or hates. You again, and what Mac is saying, she's still like more confused and annoyed than anything else. She does have something in the back of her head, Savra, that you're picking up, and says, "I wonder if this has anything to do with Jamie." I hope the counselors, or I hope I'm not gonna get, or I hope they're not here to get anybody else, or even come get me. Things seem so tense lately, ever since they caught and killed that man. You hear all this in her thoughts.
Mm-hmm. She's just
So-
gonna look at her and say, "They're coming for you next."
Damn.
Totally gonna bluff this shit.
and then just
'Cause I know
gaslight her. Then just
I know
gaslight her.
yeah,
What? I didn't say
gaslight her.
anything. What are you talking about? What did you hear me say? I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks at you with some kind of a mixture of surprise and concern and says, I'm sorry? What? Who are you?
We're the ones that are going to potentially save your life at this point. Well, probably not to me. I'm okay if you die because then I just bring you back as a zombie. But these other ones behind me, they are interested in keeping you alive.
She kind of puffs up a little bit and says, Is this a threat? Here in my asylum? How dare you?
Does it sound like I'm threatening you? I'm just saying that if you die, I will bring you back. That's the only thing. Now, the council, they're the ones who are going to come in here and threaten you because they think that you fucked up.
I did everything that Mr. Dory had asked me to do.
It's not what he was saying. He said that we had to come here and see if you were ready to basically be the next one that they come and get. He said that you fucked up.
No, I did.
It had something to do with someone named Jamie. And you fucked up bad. Now, I am prepared to watch them take you. And again, I will bring you back as a zombie and then we can have another conversation. These three, however, they think that you should stay alive, whatever they want to do. I don't care either way.
What do you want?
You should explain yourself to us fully. What your instructions were and how you fulfilled them. Then we may make...
That's what we want. We want to know what happened with Jamie. And perhaps the giant cowman will protect you.
Well, they brought that man here. He was he was quiet when they brought him, almost catatonic, as if in shock. We put him in one of the isolated chambers for safety. And the next day he just screamed and screamed and screamed. No one could get close. It was horrifying. And then on the third day, she kind of looks nervous again and says, well, they had him under guard constantly, right? Which I thought was fine. They caught him as a murderer, so of course they weren't going to let him out of their sight. I allowed it. I complied. Everything was fine. I had no problem with that. But I wanted to speak with him. If he was in my building, I'm the doctor. I needed to see to his health and to speak with him. She looks increasingly nervous.
Is her brain complying with what she's saying, type of a thing?
Yes.
I've already dug deeper. I figure I can.
Sure. Yeah, I will let you know if her thoughts betray anything that she says. And she says, I did finally. And you can feel her brain hesitating and her she doesn't want to say it, and in her mind you can hear her saying, I did finally speak to him when the guards were away. Oh goodness, should I not have done that? This now I'm in so much trouble. I can't believe they found out. Like all these thoughts are basically in her thought bubble, and she kind of looks at you and says, I was finally granted an audience to speak with him, and her thoughts are saying she was not granted audience. She went in on her own volition when the guard change was supposed to happen, but apparently like the next guard didn't come in on time, and she basically just went in to speak with him.
Again, you see Salva's non-existent eyebrow go up.
And she says, I did finally speak with him, yes. Is that what Mr. Dory wants to confirm? He didn't tell me anything. You know, and again, she doesn't seem like she wants to say anything.
What did he tell you?
He seemed very remorseful and scared. And
what did he tell you?
Well, that's kind of
Here's the thing. You don't have to say it. Just think it.
And her thoughts actually align with her speech when she says this. She says, that's the thing. He didn't really tell me anything. He didn't seem to understand how he got there or what was happening to him. He was clearly suffering from some kind of breakdown or episode, but he seemed genuinely upset. He was considered asking about the body they found him with. Just complete confusion. So it was. I'll be honest. I've dealt with killers here in these walls. We have the criminally insane here.
Really?
And I have spoken to them, and I know how their minds work, and I did not get that from that young man. That's just my opinion as the doctor of this place, which I take very seriously. Punctuated by that, you see like somebody like pissing in the corner. Now, in her mind, you hear the thought saying, Counselor Dory came to see him and talked to him later that day anyway. And then it was the next day that they came and took him for execution. And you also hear in her thoughts, her recalling how she wanted the cell that he was in cleaned up, and the orderly that she had go in there to clean it up was so distressed about what they saw in there that they completely regressed in their treatment and had to be placed in a different ward unit. She does not say this, but it's in her mind.
Can you show us his cell?
She kind of rocks back on her heels, says, I'm not sure that's a very good idea.
I did not ask for your opinion on this. Again, you fucked up, not us. We're here to determine whether or not your life is worth saving.
Roll a roll whatever charisma check you want, but you can do it with advantage.
Oh, god damn it.
You're kind of doing all three of the charisma things. Deception, intimidation, persuasion. It's all in there somewhere.
It's also got insider information with the mind reading.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hence the advantage.
18!
Wow.
Okay. She does look.
That +0 is
Yeah, you do have her. All your +0 rolls on this. You seem to have her full attention, and she's like, I suppose if that's what you need, but I should warn you, we have not been able to clean up in there.
I didn't ask.
She sighs. Very well. She leads you through winding hallways of flickering torches, people in dirty clothes and various states of distress. Beyond a locked door, she warns, this wing is where we keep the dangerous ones. And she has to produce a key from around her keychain and unlock it and walk in, and it's a fucking prison. Like, there's a hallway with barred doors and like small viewing latches that you slide to pass the lunch and whatever.
While we were like following a few steps behind her, Sabra will tell them about the things that she got from her brain.
Okay.
About the councilman, about the there might be something disturbing where about that she might keep to herself and just stand back and let everybody else look first, just to see.
Not giving that
part
little
she'll
warning.
keep to herself, but she'll tell them about the the dude basically being innocent, didn't understand what was going on, the councilman coming to see him, and then being taken for execution.
Sure.
And that she interrogated him when she wasn't supposed to.
Yes. And what you see when you get to the actual cell, she again kind of looks nervous opening the door, but gestures you all into the room. And you see that the walls are covered in childlike sketches of waves, swirls, blotches made from like charcoal or rock. And you can spot some tentacles and squid-like figures, perhaps pictured in the chaos. Anybody who is examining the room can give me an intelligence check to try
good at
and dig deeper.
Yeah.
Mac wants to investigate as well. Savra, are you all in the room like checking this out, or is any of you like just standing outside? Like, what's the deal here?
How big is the room?
Yeah, how big is the room? Yeah.
Not very big. I mean, this is like
Okay.
a little cell, maybe a, you know,
I
Yeah.
will
by
maybe
eight
stay
by 8 or
outside.
something. Yeah.
Mac will be outside with the cheese. That's why he got a 6. He can't really see from the doorway. Like peeks in, is like, eh.
Yeah. Savra, you are looking deep into this, and you suddenly all of the images start to form a picture for you. By the way, this is an artist rendition of what Dr. Refram will be there looking at it with you all as well. You see a monstrous tentacled creature lurking beneath a coastal city. It appears to be growing stronger as it feeds off despair and knowledge and food. And you spot a tether pulsating around this creature. And again, this is all starting to like animate for you, like in your mind, like a collar around it. And it trails off, and holding the other end, I need you to give me a intelligence saving throw, please, Savra.
But do I get advantage on these? Hang on. Forecaster. That's gone. Just making sure I don't have anything that gives me a. Intuition. No.
Intelligence
Alright.
saving throw, please.
Oh, I failed that
That's
shit.
a natty 1.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna use my inspiration
That's probably a good one.
and
Yeah.
re-roll that. Although it's really I'm really contemplating not doing that and just letting it go. But
Up to you.
let's see if I roll a natty 1 again.
Wow. You
Those
just
of you listening, she
She's
went from a
still
nat
having-
1 to a nat 20 with that inspiration. Probably a good use of it. I will add that to the board. That's hilarious. Okay, you suddenly feel a brief, terrifying psychic connection with a powerful entity that you immediately sever and feel like flop sweat, whatever equivalent for you, is like breaking out, where you were like, oh shit.
I'm a lizard. We don't sweat.
Yeah, whatever the equivalent is, I'm not even sure. Nervous energy?
My blood feels come up a little bit.
Yeah, and you take half of that in psychic damage, and you
Okay.
feel like much worse things might have happened.
How bad it would have been if we kept the natty one.
Some kind of mental malady, we'll probably say, would have accompanied you. But instead, you are just assaulted by this psychic effect, and then the entire image fades, and you can't seem to reconnect with whatever it is just happened. But all those, that image definitely stays with you.
But I get the feeling that whatever this creature is, it's here in this city.
Yes.
Coral, I think your god is here.
You feel like it had to be close. You don't know what kind of a creature it is, or what magnitude it is.
It looks like a giant octopus. Total, I'm pretty sure your god is here. All sea creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel a connection to your god right now?
I feel as much as I ever do. I'm not sure how much to trust you right now.
That is a statement.
She probably looks more wild-eyed than usual just now.
Yeah.
She's like running her hands over the walls.
Yeah, I could feel the pictures.
Everybody backs out. Someone shuts the door.
Yeah,
In there.
Doctor's like, is she okay in there? Some sort of medium or something?
I think she's asking y'all, not me.
Who not question her methods?
Have you been inside? Yes, the doctor.
Oh, yeah. Says, I glanced around and saw some weird images. I honestly didn't think much of it. I have a busy day and a busy schedule. I can't
Who
really
drew
be...
it?
Huh?
Who drew all those drawings?
Presumably Jamie did. He's the only one in here.
Where is Jamie right now? The
He's
body,
dead.
that is.
Yeah, she scowls and says, well, they dragged him across half the town towards the gallows just the other day and publicly hanged him. I don't know what became of the body.
Oh, that's and the body.
Savra, in her mind, you hear her keep repeating the name. Counselor Dory was very adamant about, making sure that Jamie was out, discharged and brought out, executed. Like everything was happening very quickly and on schedule and everything. And her mind does say that it's pretty rare for a counselor to come down to the asylum, although this was also a pretty big, not every day they catch a serial killer.
Her eyes still slightly wide and her frills still up a little bit.
That's it. Like,
Again, still touching the walls, trying to refine that connection.
yeah, you don't feel that connection.
She wasn't afraid of it. She wants it more.
Right.
She'll say, "We need to leave now."
Did you find out anything interesting in there?
There are many things here. Many things. They're all going to die. I shall have a zombie army once it's all dead.
Good news, everyone.
So a Tuesday then.
Yes. I'm pretty sure Total's god is underneath the water trying to wait for but it's time to kill everybody.
When you guys return to the front, the Dr. Tranter looks concerned and is like, so you will tell the council, and again she repeats kind of in her mind that Counselor Dory, you will tell the council that I have complied with all the demands, and we still run a very tight ship here. I will try to get that room taken care of, unless the council wants me to keep it up. I don't tell me anything specifically. I've not given any instructions on that yet so far, but now you make me feel like it's important that I keep the room like it is, or I get rid of the room. I don't know. You need to tell me again, she's coming back to like that harried, like stressed, I got so much shit going on.
I probably would not touch that room for a while. That room is dead to you for now.
Ah, fantastic. We have just so much room here. I can give away rooms like that, no problem. But fine, I'll leave it closed.
I mean, if you want all of your people to
No.
go insane,
No,
well, more insane.
I don't. I really don't.
I would turn it into a broom closet.
Very well. A creepy
Maybe
broom closet.
Maybe put toilet paper in there.
Okay. All right. Well, and she's like kind of ushering you all out. Thank you so much for your visit here. Do give the council a good word for me, please. We could always use more funding, of course, since I house half the God's damn town in here. She just starts like muttering as you all are leaving. Dr. Rephraim is outside, eagerly wanting a report and asking how it's going.
As we're leaving, though, Gatwal
Yeah.
will tell the Trantor, it is in your best interest and the council's best interest that you do not mention us or our visit to anyone ever again. We will never hear. Yes,
It's one of those visits. Fantastic. Yes, fantastic.
we do not exist. We do not work for the council. We do not exist. You understand?
No,
Yes.
of course not. Sure, I understand. You kind of, without even rolling insight, you kind of get the feeling that it's less that she understands and more like, I just don't want to deal with this shit. Like, fine,
Yeah,
whatever. Like,
yeah.
I'm not interested in your going-ons.
That's
The most trustworthy of people.
right.
I have
She's-
other things to worry about.
She seems satisfied at this conclusion.
So clean up your prison, lady. It is gross in there.
Well, get me some more funding, and I would be happy to. Perhaps some actual workers who don't come from, the asylum would be helpful. She just throws it right back. I'm doing the best I can.
I will come on my off day. And I will help you clean.
That would be wonderful. You're a saint. But yeah, Dr. Rephraim's asking very pointedly, like, "Oh, did you learn anything from there? Any names? Any leads?"
Where's the arresting officer?
Hopefully she's in the garrison. Otherwise, she's out on patrol, and it would be harder to find her. But I can take you to the garrison building. The militia are not the nicest bunch here, as you've seen, unfortunately. But he leads you all to the district garrison, which is a large 3-story building. Looks to be one of the sturdiest buildings in the entire town. The gallows is conspicuously placed front and center with a large kind of courtyard area for gatherings, of course, empty right now. As you're walking towards the building and then inside the building, most of the militia are startlingly young. And they all look at you with a mixture of apprehension, awe, and spite. Rephraim does give you a description of Constable Jute, and he stays back. He's like, they know me and they do not treat me very kindly, but perhaps, I saw you all just enter the asylum like you owned the place, so perhaps some method will get you what you need here. I won't ask. And sure enough, when you end up going to the garrison, you get a lot of these weird looks, looking like you all, assuming you're just waltzing in. I don't want to, unless you've got some other plans. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but
Do we have any other plans?
yeah.
I figured cop to cop, this would be good for Mac to talk to them.
Yeah.
Mac's a cop.
This feels
They're
very
both
much
cops.
A
like
cop, you're a cop. Let's talk.
because we know cops from different districts and departments always talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly. They always get along.
Yeah.
You know, it's the feds to the city, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's always a symbiotic relationship. And Mac, you definitely get the feeling that this is certainly a like militia headquarters, garrison, barracks, whatever you call it. Administration work is done here. It does look like one of the nicer, more well-kept buildings in the area, which all of you can notice that. And Mac, something you pick up on is everybody looks quite young, almost like you would see army conscripts. Like, we don't see a whole lot of like career guards or anything here. It look like just a bunch of kind of young people, and it looks very, I don't know, almost like a hangout. It's not very organized in here. And when you walk up to the building entrance, looking as all you do, very heavily armed adventurers, you do get not like officially stopped, but like there's people coming at the front entrance who are like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Like, say, girl, what your name is?
Just ask questions. One of them looks confused at this response, but they say, "This is, you lost."
We're looking for someone.
Missing persons.
Nah.
Well, you've come
One
to
of
the
your-
right place, of course. We can help find anybody.
Did we get the name of the arresting officer earlier?
Constable Jude.
We're looking for a constable. Goes by the name Jude.
Roll a insight check, Mac. You see, as they begin to react to this, one of them does the thing where they flick their eyes over at like a back corner, and you see a youngish woman kind of bent over a desk, trying to ignore the half dozen men leering near her. And she's got several like flowers and boxes like stacked up around her desk. And you see a couple of them kind of size up with all of you and say like, "What's this all about? What do you know? How do you know her?"
Wait. So one guy tips his eyes at that person, and she has a desk with boxes and flowers?
Mm-hmm.
And all the guys are hitting on her?
From this distance, you could probably surmise that. Or at least they're near her chatting to her.
And then who asked that question?
Mac's taking a lot of information.
Yeah.
Just one of the militia at the front that are kind of barring your way in.
Got some official business with her. Not like those jokesters over there. Trying to vie for her attention.
Who sent you? Who are you from? Who are you working for?
Afraid you don't have the clearance for that. You look a little bit young for this kind of information.
You all did get the name of one of the... Wait, I assume, unless Sabra never shared this information, of at least one of the counselors from the asylum. You don't have to name drop, but
I don't recall.
it's going to be a deception check for you, Mac.
To
do what?
They dropped
Wait.
the name that kept getting dropped was the counselor Dory, but
Yeah.
it seemed like I don't know.
I
Bad guys. they might be a
figure we're-
bad dude. So
Yeah, I figure we're here to talk to the arresting officer firstly. So
yeah.
anyway, that's I'm not going to name drop, but
Okay.
like I said, we've got some business with her. has to do with some of her latest work. It's best not to say too much. I'll hear if you know what I mean. And he flicks a gold piece to the one that gave the eye roll,
Okay.
and then as he's talking about this one, he flicks another gold piece to this guy here. So
Okay.
-2 gold pieces for me.
Roll deception with advantage by giving them some bribe.
Giving some bribe.
Mm-hmm. One of them kind of pockets the coin. The other one kind of absently flicks it in their hand and like snatches it and says, well, I guess no harm in just talking to her, I suppose. You stay here, and we'll be nearby, if you know what I mean. They kind of jerk their thumb back at the corner of the woman you'd spotted earlier.
I don't know what you mean. You telling me you two are a thing? I mean, why?
I'm saying, don't try no funny business, all right? You're surrounded by Orlumbor's finest. And there's, of course, a funny camera shot of like people like scratching their butts and just somebody asleep in the chair and some other people just like doing like keg stands in the corner.
Anyways, let's walk over there.
Yeah. And you basically the scene I just described of a youngish woman. She actually is neatly dressed. Doesn't appear to be disheveled. She appears a little bit more harried and frustrated, kind of like the physician. And she's just kind of doing paperwork, and she has a lot of. You kind of glance around her desk, and she does have, which flowers here are just the nastiest, like wilting, polluted, like sludge, crap, like flowers in the most charitable sense.
Oh, like people are like giving it to her?
Yes, and you can glance and see the cards and stuff say like congratulations on catching the killer, and like all of these praise and congratulatory notes and things, and you can tell there's people hanging around trying to just talk to her some more, like as a pretense for like, hey, congrats, and now I'm just gonna keep talking to you and not leave you alone. And
Let's spend 30 seconds listening to what they're talking about. Are they like, are they trying to boast about themselves? Are they trying to,
very much trying to hit on her. It's very clearly like we're, hey, congratulations, and you did a really great thing, and there's this shrimp place that just opened up, and it seems like it'd be a good way to celebrate. That's probably like the nicest one, like that she's getting. The others are like, I've got a motel down by the docks.
Let's see how perceptive I am.
Let's step out in the alley out back.
Step out in the alley out back.
Here's a copy of my room key.
Yeah, and she seems like she is trying to be as professional as possible while clearly being incredibly annoyed.
Max is going to make up some stuff. He's going to say it out loud. Get their attention. He's pointing at you. Too narcissistic. Too ugly. Too short.
Commenting on the dudes.
On the dudes, yeah. He's saying it loudly, like he's making sure they can hear him.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's swiping out an app. Like, nah.
Not enough facial hair.
Too much facial hair.
Too much facial hair.
Weirdly shaped facial hair.
Weirdly shaped facial hair.
How about you guys go fix yourself up and give yourselves a better chance?
They all snap their heads up and look increasingly annoyed when they look you up and down, but then they see that you are a heavily armed fucking turtle, and most of them do take a step back and kind of shrug and walk off, and one of them appears to want to like square you up a bit, and actually does say like, who do you think you are?
At this point, Cheese comes up and growls at him.
Shit! What the hell? And the guy actually like steps back, and he steps back so much that he kind of trips and like wangs his like elbow into a desk or something. It's like, oh fuck, and he just starts like muttering and walking off, like embarrassed himself.
Solver starts laughing at him very loudly.
You're definitely drawing the attention. Like you're in the middle of, again, picture like a headquarters of a cop center, and like there's just desks everywhere. So you're definitely drawing attention. You're not in like a private office space.
Cross his arms and just stand tall and like just scan the room, making eye contact with every one of them in turn.
Yeah, most of them are
just doing the intimidation.
Are pretty
like
cowed
you're not involved
by you.
Yeah.
And she looks up and says, thank you. Thank you. They were, getting a little insistent there. And she straightens up and kind of stands up and says, Constable Jute, how can the city of Orlambor help you?
We want to talk to you about something.
She sighs and says, she expects you to start hitting on her.
To have dinner to talk about it.
Right. So she's talking something. We're going to have to do it over that new shrimp place that just opened up.
I heard about this shrimp place.
It's
right by the motel.
I've heard it's endless. It's endless shrimp. All you can eat. That's be no man.
What's more erotic than all you can eat shrimp?
We're not here to praise you, but it has to do with the Jamie case.
At that point, you've got her full attention, and she says, right, yes. I'm sorry, who are you from? Is this...
There's too many listening ears here, but you got somewhere quiet, a rooftop, or...
Perhaps that shrimp.
we can't talk here. You have to come to my hotel room. We can have a real conversation there.
She says, well, I'm due on patrol shortly, so perhaps you want to walk and talk, yes?
Walk and talk.
All right. And she gathers her things and her nightstick, whatever, and heads out. And she nods at you and says, okay, so what is this really about? Because I did everything by the book.
Some people don't see it that way.
She blanches. Did one of the counselors send you? Am I in trouble? I deserve to know if I'm in trouble.
You're not in trouble, but you may be in danger. You may not have got the right person.
She nods and says, I did... I do know that there was another murder last night. It's shocked... It shocked all of us in the militia, but I don't know. It's different. They're not treating it with the same seriousness that they did before.
How can they? They've already caught the suspect. They've executed him. How would
Right.
it look if they were to take back their word and say, oops, wrong person?
Right, exactly. And I didn't... And she seems like she wants to say something, but then she kind of stops herself.
You seem like an honest woman, a woman with integrity. Word on the street is you're a good cop. People make mistakes, you know. Hey, look at me. I'm part of the Night Watch at Neverwinter.
I
We've
thought
been
I could
sent.
sense. I thought I could get that vibe from you. You are a long way from your jurisdiction, though. Surely
Well,
this case hasn't reached all the way to the Sword Coast.
I'm afraid it has. Why else would I be here?
Oh, dear. You think this
Yeah.
is... Are you looking into our entire militia?
If it extends that far, yes. I'm afraid we've only scratched the surface, you know.
I have... You seem to just kind of be having her full attention now. And she says, I do have some concerns that there's been one of the counselors in particular who's been having some closed-door meetings with the command staff recently.
Counselor Dory?
That's right.
You're a really good detective.
Yes.
We've had our suspicions for a while now.
As have I.
Look, we know you don't mean to do any harm, but I'm afraid that arresting that Jamie fellow, you may have put an innocent man down.
Her entire face pales, and she looks extremely upset. She says, they just keep heaping this praise and giving me these awards, and
Deep down, you don't deserve. You know you don't deserve it.
I saw him over the body, so of course I thought he was the killer, but I looked into his eyes, and he looked like he was scared out of his mind. As if, like, I was there to kill him or something. It was strange and unsettling. But there he was, red-handed. Honestly, I can't see him as the killer, or at least the only killer. And clearly, we just had another murder after they killed him. So yes, I think something else is going on here.
Don't you wonder how you got there? Who told you to go to that location? Why you?
I don't know. I think it was just the right place at the wrong time or something. And
Think about
frankly,
Jamie. Wrong place, wrong time.
That's right. It's perhaps, but he didn't have an alibi. I mean, there was no... I don't know. But he didn't get a trial either, which is not fair, and that was not my fault. I just did the arresting. I expected him to still get the trial and evidence and everything. I guess I shouldn't have expected that in this town.
Did he say anything to you while you were arresting him?
He just seemed completely confused and scared and frightened. And I don't know, it's like his mind would blank frequently, like he was waking up or something. It was very odd. And when they sent him to the asylum, I thought, well, that's good, right? Clearly he was perhaps disturbed. Maybe he was the killer and he just didn't realize it. I don't know how these things work. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not the judge.
There are forces in this world that are beyond our knowing sometimes. The magics.
Chinatown, Jake.
That's right.
Well,
You're so
perhaps we
wise,
can-
Mr. May.
Perhaps we could share some information about this Counselor Dory that you have some suspicions about.
There's a shrimp place, a new shrimp place down by the top.
Is there? I'm hearing a lot about it.
Maybe we should discuss it over.
The shrimp they say.
Any chance to have lobster there?
That's probably a little too much for this town.
I do like me some lobster. I don't know why.
You know that Mr. Dory, he does have a business here in the area. I believe it's quite possibly his home as well. It's a warehouse. I believe they do a lot of imports and exports. Super legal, I'm sure. She kind of rolls her eyes. But if you're serious about investigating this and perhaps going after someone as powerful as he, that's where I would start.
Let's see. How honest do you think she is? We should probably figure that part out too.
You can roll an insight check, yeah.
Dang, I'm not rolling well at all.
Do the rest of us roll insight to see if she's being honest too?
Um,
Or is she only talking to him?
I think it's been pretty much a one-on-one with Mac and her.
We're
Um,
all just hovering.
You're
like
trailing.
5
You're
feet
trailing
away.
behind like what do they call it?
There's a bodyguard?
Chaperones. You're chaperoning.
Yeah. We're keeping the other Randy guard people away.
Right.
Making sure they make room for God. For Jesus.
Right. You're chaperoning their they're very above the board date. Yeah.
2 inches apart at all times.
Yeah. I rolled a 12 against your 13 though, so you feel like she is, as Dr. Rephram had surmised, she's being very honest, very straightforward, and without even really having to make any charisma checks, because I've enjoyed the role playing here, you've gotten some quality information from her that she suspects something else is going on here. She basically confirmed what the physician said in terms of like this guy has like no like knowledge or recollection of what was going on and seemed like equally scared and upset about the situation. And she was also talking about this Counselor Dory that the physician was thinking about. And now she has even told you, hey, he's got a legitimate business.
Legitimate warehouse
in this local
He's got a
warehouse. Yep.
Not
Yep.
necessarily that it's a legitimate business. It's a legitimate warehouse.
It's a legitimate warehouse.
The street lights and on the docks.
That's right.
Wow. This has been a good talk.
Awkwardly shake hands.
Just know that in
He
your
looks at all of us
efforts,
watching him. Just shake hands.
in your efforts to do the right thing, sometimes the wrong thing happens, and you might beat yourself up for it. You might not sleep at night for it, but just remember, you're a good person.
Remember who you are. All right, Mac, you have a goddamn point of inspiration.
Before we part, what
he
skills?
He really did do the cop to cop thing.
He
like
really
we were talking
did.
about it earlier. but
I like it. I like it a lot.
Before we part, do you have any skills, spells that you know? We
What's
could
your
use
level?
a good.
What's
we
your
could
class and level?
Do you have like a
your
level
level?
1 bless spell, maybe? I don't know.
Can you heal by chance? We do
You're
need a
fully
cleric.
rested. You're fine. She says, I'm afraid not. The only ones we have are the Dr. Rephram, a local physician. Or if things are really bad, we have to send you to the Hopner Asylum with Dr.
do
Tranter.
you
Ironically,
know-
both people you've already met.
Do you know the rage skill? We could use a
I-
barbarian.
I don't. I'm afraid I don't have any player classes.
Are you capable of going into a rage? Are you capable of executing a sneak attack? Perhaps?
Do you have any ranged
Nope.
attacks?
Yeah.
Do
No,
you perhaps have some chi hidden in there?
Does
You-
the words Eldritch Blast mean anything to you?
the words eldritch.
Well, now, we have a Toro. Okay?
You examine her character
I
sheet
got one of those.
and find it wanting. No, she looks like she is a low-level basic guard. Her heart's in the right place. But yeah, she is
Perhaps
not actually.
a higher than average intelligence score for a guard. I'm
Perhaps,
gathering, but-
or maybe wisdom would maybe be more
Wisdom,
appropriate
yeah,
if you're a little
yeah.
like street smart and you're more like intuitive. Then she probably has a higher
Right.
wisdom. Yeah.
Well, we'll be in
Are
touch.
you offering her a job on your boat?
I mean,
Try to, but
I
she
feel
doesn't have
like
any skills.
You're worthless, lady.
You look at her
You belong
resume.
here.
Yeah, the resume is all like very nice and prim and proper, but there's no actual like much in the way of I don't know, badass combat abilities. I
But we're
guess.
not hiring for skills. We're hiring for potential.
Well, that she's got the
we
good.
can train skills.
We can
Yeah, you
train
can train
skills.
skill.
Exactly.
Yes.
You can't train
She's-
gumption.
She's hardworking. She's honest. She's steadfast. She's got all of those factors.
Can we do a little like very brief like backstory? Like do you like it here? Do you want to be in this town? Let's give us your 30-second backstory.
It's similar to I think Dr. Rephram, where she sees the potential in this place, and she does. She's like, I'm local. I grew up here. I know it used to be a better place. I think we have to make like changes from the inside. Like, she's also a bit of, which you kind of have to be to not be completely driven down by this place and full of corruption and not have left yet, is you have to be like just an optimist about helping out. And she's like, the best thing I can do is help out from the inside. I'm here as a officer of the peace. I can help whoever I can and try to fix this system from the inside. But she admits it's very difficult, and especially lately it seems like the whole militia seems like they are against, or they don't want to talk to her about this. They just want to be like, oh, good job, you did it, case closed. Like, they don't want to even, like, they shut her down whenever she tries to say, well, wait a minute, there's some weird stuff going on here that I'm not completely sold on.
Jeez, I can't remember the name of the character in Batman the Animated Series. What was the lady's name who was the partner of the corrupt cop? Like Sanchez or something?
Oh, I think you're right. I think it is like Sanchez. It's the chick. She's got the hair.
Yeah,
And she's got the jacket.
Yeah.
By the way, if you played Multiverses, the new free-to-play brawl game, they have all the DC characters in there, and the Batman and the level is straight up from the animated series.
The animated series,
yeah, the animated series Batman, and when you play the Batman level, it plays a da 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 da.
Nice,
It's really
nice.
fucking cool.
Anyway,
We'll
that's who
be-
she is.
We'll
Yeah.
be in touch.
Montoya.
Montoya. Okay, there you go. Yep. She was Bullock. She was Bullock's partner. Yes. Jeez.
I did notice.
It's funny. I got a lot of looking at this. I didn't get a lot of Batman vibes until we started this session, and I started describing it in the field. And like, oh, this is like Gotham. Just instantly get
Just a
Gotham
shitty
vibes.
rundown city with a couple of people trying to keep it above board.
Right? Yes, that's like, oh, that's fucking Gotham. Okay, I get it now.
Now you look like a capable woman, but I noticed you have a lot of suitors. Suitors trying to get at you, take you out to shrimp and such.
Yes, I have heard there is a new shrimp place down by the docks.
Well, I do have something in my inventory that might help you fend them off if you're interested. Again, yeah, I know you seem like a capable woman, but
It's a potion that'll make you really ugly.
I'm fascinated. What are you going to offer her? Do you have magical pepper spray or?
I pull out this horn with which to summon help, is what I labeled it as.
Form?
A horn.
Horn.
I don't know when I got this.
A horn
Anyway.
to summon help.
That is the vaguest thing I've ever heard. What on earth?
I don't know if
Are
it
you
came.
giving her like some apocalyptic level item?
I don't know. Anyways.
The demon horn summons Balthazar. Do not use. And he has since rubbed that part off, and he's like, it just says summon help. I don't know.
Summon
Here,
help.
this ought to help you in a rainy day situation. I don't know what this is. Somebody from the chat, does he have any idea what he's talking about? He has a horn
Who
that's
knows?
summoning help.
I don't remember it, but here's a horn. I want you to put this on your desk. When people ask you about it, tell them that it's from your ex-boyfriend, Gottwald here. And that he's trying to win your heart over, but you just had to break up with him because he wasn't enough to satisfy you.
Tell them I beat up other men that looked at you. Yes.
Oh, no. Use my words. Tell him that that the Minotaur here was not bull enough to satisfy you, and that will scare him away.
That was scary. Well, if the Minotaur couldn't do it, might as well, get in where I fit in.
See, now we need another one that just says, "There goes the beef."
Mm-hmm.
There goes the beef. Oh, I meant to. I need to still clip the "Where's my milk" clip from last time. That was fucking hilarious. I forgot to do that.
To be fair, we were really distracted last week.
Yeah, a little
I did finding the niche place where that clip will fit.
I'm always surprised when we can fit all the other clips in there. So
Yeah.
they work. Okay, she accepts the horn with some confusion and grace, but you've kind
I
of.
really feel like he's giving some important item away. We just don't know.
I literally am completely blanking on this. I have no idea. I didn't write anything
So
down.
Demnick says, "Surely a Swagan horn, or during the ship battle."
I have no idea.
It's
I
like
didn't
the
write-
second item on my list, so I don't know if it's from my a ranger pack or
Something
why
early.
it's so high on the list.
I just hand you over my bespoke ranger item. It's been with me forever.
My whole backstory is tied to it, but I can't remember
Whole
my
backstory
backstory.
is tied to this horn of magicness, but you take it. Yeah, alright, well, I gave you the inspiration, so take it. And she accepts it with grace and definitely wishes you good luck with your investigation. From his town guard background. Okay. Maybe it is just from your... It's an item that comes with your background, maybe. Which
Oh,
is
shit.
maybe appropriate. It's like, hey, this is
Yeah,
what
now
they gave
you
me
be
at the
cop this
Neverwinter. Yeah.
Shoot, I was thinking horn, Minotaur horns, what it looked like. But
I think it's
it
like
could
a
just be-
bugle horn, like an alarm
be
thing or something. What do you thought? Why would you have a Minotaur horn? That's fucking weird.
Look, I was shaping it to what I wanted to say, so it became a Minotaur
Oh,
horn.
you're trying to tell the story of the ex-boyfriend, so you
Right.
I mean, that
Right.
can still, yeah, okay.
Well, just don't show the.
I like
muzzle,
that Mac
whatever.
the whole time he's had this horn thought it was a Minotaur horn.
Hey, you can blow in
Because-
this? Holy shit!
Why would I put my lips to that? That's not a Minotaur. He thinks that's what they look like, is you shear yours off, so maybe it's like what the tips look like.
Right. He thought he misremembered that I gave it to him.
And he just never asked. So yeah, you all have been given a location of Mr. Dory's warehouse. Mr. Dory's warehouse. Do, 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 do.
Now, is his name Dory in the book, or did you make that name up?
That is the name in the book.
All I see in my head is the blue fish.
I know.
Fish. Yeah.
I know.
Just
This
keep swimming,
original
just keep swimming.
But
campaign
was
was written and designed in the mid 2000s or something. So
Okay. Okay.
which actually does have it pretty close to when Finding Nemo came out, I suppose. That movie's pretty old.
2003 for Finding Nemo.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. So maybe there was a connection there. I don't know.
Does he have memory problems?
We won't know until we find him.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. And again,
Well,
Dr. Rephram kind of asks you all pointedly for he's not trying to be pushy about it.
maybe,
He's just
maybe at this point we can ask him what he knows about Counselor
Sure.
Dory.
He's like, oh, well, again, I'm not one for politics, but of all the counselors, I think he makes me the most uneasy. Just something about him always felt off. I believe. We don't really see him much. That warehouse does belong to him, though. I do know that much. I also believe it's guarded.
That is not a problem.
He flexes his knuckles. We haven't fought anything in a while.
Exactly. We're getting Lancey for a fight.
Yeah. Oh, of course, you look very strong. All
right.
I'll be back at my workshop then for safety reasons then, if you don't mind.
Sure. We don't
He
even
does
come with
not
us to
seem
the
like he
warehouse.
is capable
Yeah.
of...
He doesn't want to go down to the docks at night.
No, probably not. Well, that's a good question. Do you guys want to approach this during the day or at night? Or how do you want to do this whole situation?
I feel like there's Batman rules here. You can't approach a warehouse on the docks.
Is this area ever actually even in the daytime?
Exactly.
Or is this like
Does
the
they
Batman
exist down at the docks at the warehouse?
Right.
Yeah.
Is this the most recent Batman where it's literally just all fucking night all the time? It's Dark City. There is no daytime in Gotham. Super noir. The sun never shines in the skies. But seriously, it is up to you guys.
How long have we been at it? Been at it for like almost a day or...
Yeah, you guys have probably been doing your thing for the better part of a day. I think Savra's potion's worn off by now. It's taken some time just to travel around these different areas. They're not like all across town from each other, but there's been a lot of walking from Rephraim's workshop to the asylum to the district garrison and now towards the warehouse area. But it's up to you. If you guys want to approach during like sunset still, kind of early evening, you could. Or if you guys want to go ahead and wait till nightfall, you can do that. You just let me know.
How many of us have dark vision?
Not enough of you. In fact, I
better
think
than that
0
guy.
of you, except Gottwald has it from his runeness, and I believe you can cast dark vision, Mac. Other
So
than
maybe
that,
not at night. Maybe like we're not Batman.
let's face it, guys.
None of us are Batman.
I love that everybody's like choosing to wait until night, and then night happens. Like, wait a minute, we don't have
Wait.
dark vision.
We're not Batman.
We're not Batman.
Here's the thing. If we really want to do it at night, I will use up 3 level 2 spell slots to give it to everybody else.
I am Batman?
You can be Batman.
Could be Batman.
I am Batman.
This will make you Batman. I mean, you'll have to practice your
I am.
voice.
Me.
You got to work on your voice though, but
Batman.
Toral's normal speaking voice is basically Batman. So when he tries to be Batman, he suddenly gets all like high and squeaky about it.
It just performance anxiety immediately.
I mean, it
Deeper.
does seem better to approach a warehouse in the dark.
Like Batman.
Like Batman, exactly. There's a reason that Batman does what he does for a reason.
We should all be like Batman.
Filthy
We are
rich
all
with
Batman.
lots of time on our hands.
Yeah.
All praise Batman. In his name, amen.
Screw you.
The other option
Fabulous.
too is, I mean, if the warehouse has lights and such, I could also just cast Pass Without Trace on all of us and make it easier for us to sneak around.
I mean, and we're talking about like normal folks too, at least general guards maybe, but I don't know, who knows what's in there. But if we all got dark vision, we could probably not be seen.
Well, it's either or. I only have enough spell slots, unless somebody doesn't get dark vision, I guess.
I mean, I can stumble around. That's fine with me.
Someone just gets tied to somebody else. like one of those old like kid leashes. I haven't seen one of those in 20 years, but they used to have leashes for kids.
Oh,
They're
they
still
still have them.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 years. Those
I
have
have
still been
3.
around for a while.
I mean, like when I used to, like theme parks and stuff. Like
Yes.
you used to see those all
Yeah.
over the place.
Oh, you still do. Go to the children's
really?
area of a theme
Okay.
park and you'll see them
Okay.
everywhere.
Yeah, they make them like
Don't-
backpacks now, right? And then
Mhm.
Oh, but they're
backpacks
still
with tethers or something.
Yeah.
As a single man, though, don't do that though.
Yeah.
I'd like to see. Do your children have leashes? Are they tethered? I'm just curious. Just
I bring
sure
several
that'll
of my
go over
children
well.
leashes.
I own several child tether leashes, but I have no children.
no children to tether them to.
Hey,
That's
boss.
a phone call from the
I got
FBI.
picked up by Universal Security.
That's right. Yeah.
Whatever they tell you, it's not true, and it's not as bad as it sounds. I promise.
I was just curious. What were we talking about?
We're still trying to figure out how you guys want to approach this warehouse.
Batman.
Yeah.
Batman, yeah.
Okay, how about this? Let's go to the warehouse now and
We
look
are
at it from
Batman.
look at it from a distance and see. Does it look
Yeah.
heavily guarded? Does it look like there is something? Let's do some reconnaissance.
It's a good idea. Yeah, the movies don't do enough time on Batman's reconnaissance.
It's really can't let the Batman thing go here. WWBD
Yeah.
is what we need here.
Bowel dump.
What would bowel movement?
That was taken.
Yes, you can go scope it out from a distance. I'll just give you the description. The warehouse is a large stone building with iron-barred windows near the water. Its walls and roof appear to be coated with black slime from nearby polluting workshops. A huge, rickety crane protrudes from the harbor side of the warehouse, its limbs rusted and bent. Dangling precariously from it is the rotting hulk of a ship, swinging 50 feet above. The only entrance to the warehouse is flanked by a pair of guards with a sign that says employees only. You can get all that because there's a lot of decent activity going around outside, so you don't have to sneak to get super close. Although you all are very conspicuous looking for sure, kind of stand out.
Describe. I missed what the context of a ship hanging 50 feet in the air was. What's that?
I have a picture I can show
Oh.
you, although the picture is not.
What context do you need?
I
Unfortunately,
don't understand.
the picture is not quite correct to the description. I will say that. So I'm kind of mixed feelings about sharing this picture, but it is a cool picture. So I will share it.
You
This
get a 60-foot tree.
So this is the backside of the warehouse, but the crane and the platform it's on are much higher.
Okay.
And they're more like they're equal to the level of the ship, whereas the picture shows it like a lot lower. It has this kind of bridge going up to it. Instead, it's much higher, and the bridge is like straight, I guess.
That rope is doing some
So
heavy lifting.
you're saying
Yeah.
the bridge accesses from the roof, and
It's-
the ship is higher than in the picture.
The ship is probably about level. The crane is higher, and thus it's kind of holding at a different angle, I guess.
Mm.
But yeah, that crane and that platform and all that's a lot higher than what's depicted here. It's yeah, like you said, it's more like it's attached to the highest, not quite the roof, but there's a high third floor that it seems to be attached to.
Is anything happening on the ship? Are they like repairing it or?
You don't see anything, and in fact, the ship looks like it's like nasty from the picture.
Mm.
Well, to be fair, everything looks nasty, right? Like
Yeah.
literally everything you've seen of the city is falling apart. It's covered in slime. It's all super fucking gross. So the ship just kind of looks the same as everything else. And the crane also is like rusting and gross.
But it looks like the ship might be up here for repairs. Like the reason it's being held up.
Yes, yeah. You surmise that that's probably what this is used to do, is like a kind of a dry dock situation.
Yeah.
Um, How do employees get into the badge in, or is it just like
Is there a scanner?
right? Do they just like show up?
So you do watch for a while, and you see there are comings and goings, and it appears that the workers do have some kind of card or some kind of physical thing that they show the guards whenever they enter the warehouse. And you can see like there's like every once in a while like a wagon pulls up full of crates, and people come out. Although a lot of times the guards are sitting there and they see people come out and then grab the crates and go back in. They're obviously not checking like in that situation. And very rarely does a whole new person end up just coming in where they do have to check it. It's usually people coming out, unloading like a wagon that arrives, and then going back inside. So there does appear to be activity because it is still working hours at the moment.
Got a plan.
It's got a plan.
It's got a plan.
We follow one of the wagons going out. We knock out the driver. Steal his identity. And I do have.
live as they would for 1 year.
Seduce his wife.
Ingratiate ourselves in society.
Become stepfather to his children.
Oh man.
I'm willing to go as far as needed with this.
Oh man. A year later, hundreds of other murders have happened, and we haven't got any closer.
What are we here for again?
Anyways, I have a disguise hat I purchased.
Have we learned
And,
to love though in that time?
Exactly. Do we actually?
You
Only a
found
false love.
yourselves.
A step
well-
love.
We'll hide everybody in crates and get ourselves brought inside the warehouse.
Can you put
Okay,
holes
so
in my
you-
crate this time?
This time,
I
we
couldn't
never
read
reach in a
what-
crate.
You're still bitching about that. You had plenty of air.
You're just a little bird. How much air can you really breathe?
More than you gave me last time. I have permanent brain damage.
I suffered hypoxia.
Pretty soon you'll be the same level as Bray.
Oh no, Bray. How do you remember that guy's name?
I mean,
It's a peculiar name. I don't know.
Impressive. Okay, so what was the
I remember
plan?
useless stuff.
You're taking out the.
We're gonna watch
Driver,
for
right?
a wagon. Yeah, I'll watch a wagon go away.
Okay.
Take out the driver
Okay.
and come back. I'll be disguised as him, and everybody will be inside a crate.
The same crate.
I am not getting in a crates with Gottwald.
The same crate.
Cotwald's crate's gonna be pretty stinky. I'll be honest.
I mean, Gottwald's crate's gonna be gigantic.
I'm a nervous poo, guys.
What
He
if
gets
we?
Beer
He
IBS.
gets IBS when he gets stuck in crates. It's just a thing.
We get stuck.
What if we're
How
just
often do you
concerned
get
about the? Oh, what? We're just concerned about the guard, right?
We want to get in.
Why don't I turn him into a chicken? I will polymorph him into a chicken.
There's two of them. Can you do both of them?
I have 2 level 4 spell slots.
Jeez.
Turn the
Throw-
both into chicken.
Throwing around the 2 level 4 spell slots.
I mean, one needs to turn into a chicken and then it runs, and the other guard is like, what the hell? That guy just turned into a chicken and he chases the other chicken.
2 guys, 1 chicken. I love the immediate response like, well, I gotta catch this chicken now.
Or I just cast fear on both of them and they just run away.
Dave, don't run away. Where are you going?
You
That's
still
wild. Better go get him.
I mean, otherwise I
His
can just
wife's gonna be
cast.
so mad at me if I don't catch him.
Hey, that's dinner tonight, man.
Dude, you're a
Uh,
chicken again. Fuck. This happened last week.
I mean, the other option is I could just cast fear on both of them and then they run away.
So many options.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
does
we
not
might-
require boxes.
We might as well just kill them in that case.
That's another option. all options are welcome here at the planning stage.
I think we should let Mac do his thing. But Sabra.
Kill them?
Well, no.
No, the first one.
But Sabra, have the chicken plan in your back pocket in case something goes wrong.
It turns out the serial killer was the players the whole time.
That's right.
It always is.
Yep.
We almost certainly will need to turn a guard into a chicken at some point during this. I'm sure of it.
Almost certainly.
Someone's getting chickened in this outfit. I'm calling it right now.
At this point, it's gonna be Gotwell turns into a chicken.
Maybe you don't
you
find
might
a
have to-
small enough crate.
That may be
Right.
the only way
Turn
this
him into a
plan
chicken
works,
for that
to be
reason.
honest. Yeah.
That's how we smuggle them inside. All right, so the wagon is finished unloading the crates. And the wagon driver, we'll say it's like maybe two people, get on the wagon and they begin driving away and turning down a street. What are we doing?
Hijacking the wagon, right? Is the street?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Wagon jagging.
Wagon jagging.
Jacking that wagon.
Well, how busy is the street? Like, we don't want to carjack a wagon in the middle of like.
It's
traffic.
it's definitely getting less busy. It's probably almost nighttime now, and people are still worried about the killer, even though the killer was supposedly caught. But you know, the murders are still fresh on people's minds, so I think traffic is probably clearing up quite a bit. And this the streets can be kind of full of people, but there are areas that you can, and thankfully it's not like this thing goes way away, because it's all very tight alleys, and it's actually easier for you all to maneuver than it is the wagon. So it's easy for you guys to keep it in sight and even maneuver around as you need to, and without even making any checks, you can scope out an easy place where you can really overtake it if you need to or want to.
Public eyes.
Yeah. You don't know if
All
you'll
right.
be guaranteed that like nobody will witness it, but
Yeah.
that's up to how you do things.
Gotwell, I want you to step in front of the wagon as a menacing force and get them to stop.
Can do.
And then
Well, we'll just step in the middle of the street and just put his hands up like a crossing guard.
Mac will put his disguise hat on and turn into a random guy at the garrison with the whole uniform.
Okay. You saw plenty of random guys there, so you can definitely adopt one of those personas. The wagon stops suddenly, and people are like reaching for their weapons and like kind of almost like yelling about like, "Oh, it's
Mac's gonna step out like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
monster in
gentlemen.
the street!" Ah.
He's with me. I'm part of the garrison.
What? That thing is with you?
Hey, got you to stop, didn't it?
Yeah. Why?
Well, you've been hearing about the murders recently, haven't you?
What? What? Yeah. I guess everybody has.
Well, this wagon of yours has been targeted as a item of suspicion.
Oh, what the hell is this? And you hear the other guy say like, I can't think of her name. Borge, did you pay the protection money to the militia this week? And the guy's like, I thought I did. Yeah, we shouldn't be getting harassed like this.
I don't know. You sure you didn't forget, Orge?
Shit. I don't know. I can't remember. I've had a lot on my mind lately, man. My girlfriend's gonna leave me, and he just starts going off on a tangent.
How about
You should have taken her to the strip place, man.
how about you call it a night early tonight? You know, you
the
let
other
us.
guy's like,
take
I'm
care
gonna take your girlfriend to that new shrimp place down by the top.
Nice.
You son of a bitch!
We get a high five first.
Orge, if if that's gonna happen, I think you should go home tonight and see what you could do. Get some shrimp for takeout. They say shrimp's a natural aphrodisiac.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
But you just
Everyone
you boys-
nods vigorously. Yes.
Salva shakes her head.
Something without bones.
Becomes very bony afterwards.
Orge, go home. Make up with your girlfriend. Maybe you can still salvage it. I don't know your name, but you got a girlfriend, boyfriend, baby. You boys let us take care of this wagon for tonight, and don't worry about the protection money that I think your fella friend here forgot about.
well, we
He looks at
we
Orge.
can't lose the wagon. We'll lose our jobs, man.
It's more important. Job, girlfriend.
Yep.
What at the same time, one of them says job, and the other guy says his girlfriend.
Oh, you got problems.
Look,
You
boys.
Sounds like
bastards!
a simple problem.
They start slapping each other.
I knew you would have bought a shrimp. I knew that.
That was you that took her to the shrimp place, wasn't it?
What if you date the wagon and I date your girlfriend?
Damn
Look,
it.
boys. We just need to do a thorough investigation. I'm sure we'll find nothing, wrong with it. But in the morning, we'll have it parked over there. And he kind of points
The
down the
girlfriend?
alley.
My girlfriend will be parked over there.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
It's like, all right, but it's not gonna cost me nothing.
Not this time, Orge. But don't
Yeah.
forget next
Yeah,
time.
the guys just whispers. I'm like, man, come on, let's get out of here. They're not making us pay. Like, all right, fine. Just shit, man. I don't want to get in trouble for this. And he like stomps off, and the guy follows him. You have acquired a wagon.
Dimnix made a little song. Borgia of the jungle, riding down the street. Watch out for that beef.
The beef. You've got a wagon. In the back, there are 2 crates. They both look like they're maybe medium sized.
Someone's
you
jumping
know-
in there with Gotwall.
They seem to have unloaded most of the crates at the place. And these were maybe just like extras or something that weren't used, or for whatever reason they're coming back. Or maybe they're just empty crates that are now going back to their place, but there's only 2 back there.
Oh, well, you hold on under the wagon.
Hold on. I've actually got in my inventory a scroll of disguise self.
Ah,
And,
there you
and there
go.
were 2 guys in the wagon, right?
There were 2 guys in the wagon.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. We were supposed to steal their IDs. Can we,
Shit. Yeah.
Can we pretend that we
Catch up to them and
Can we
grab their
pretend that we stole their IDs?
Well, I didn't say that they. It was the workers in the warehouse that had IDs. These guys never actually went in the warehouse. They just helped like unload the crates, and then the other guys would take them, or they basically just drove it up there, and the other guys unloaded the crates and took
Oh.
it into the warehouse. Yeah, so you guys have
Gotcha.
another little wrinkle to deal with when you actually get to the place.
Step 3 of the plan. We haven't gotten that far.
Right,
yet.
right. We're still making the plan up as we go along. All right, so 2 crates. Do you want to disguise as another driver?
Yeah, I'll
There were
be.
2 drivers. Max already got the hat of disguise.
One
I'll
of
use
us
the
can be
scroll.
Orge
I'll
and the
use-
other can
I'll-
be Borge.
Okay.
That's right. Orge and Borge.
Borge and Borge.
Yeah, I'll use
Sounds
the
like
scroll. To
The
disguise
Muppet
myself.
Chef. Orge or Borge.
Borge, 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 Borge.
We got chickens.
And then that leaves Savra and Toril hiding in the crates. Is that correct?
With plenty of air holes.
With extra air holes for Toril.
Yeah.
You big baby.
Sovereign doesn't need any air holes. We just don't ask her.
Hofra likes the suffocation. A little bit closer.
That's right.
All right.
One more step towards the lich. That's
yeah.
fine.
That's right.
And then I believe you all can make your way in the wagon back towards the warehouse. And I think that's kind of a fun stopping point for this
Here's fun.
session.
Does my rope trick work inside the little box where I can just climb my rope and go into my extra dimensional space? The rope trick stays inside the box, but then the box becomes exceedingly light.
And the box just has like a rope inside? Is that how that works? I don't actually know
Yeah.
how it works.
I still don't understand it. Like, I like the visuals of rope trick still elude me a
Right.
little bit. But
Yeah, but I mean, you can even pull the rope up into your extra dimensional space, so
right,
there's like
yeah.
nothing in the box.
Yeah.
Does the extra dimensional space move?
That's the
However, because
question.
you're technically in a moving object currently, although eventually you will be stopped, but then you would presumably move again. So that's the only question I would have.
Well, it's like
is-
the rope trick is attached to the box,
Okay.
so wherever the box goes is where the rope trick would go.
I would be inclined to allow it, but I will have to reconvene between sessions and see if that can work. But we'll get a chance to go over all this, I think, at the start of next session, because we'll start off with you guys on the wagon, en route, with all these plans upon plans. I'm sure you have well thought out by now. Mac, definitely MVPC. I think for our extended role-playing scene with the guard. You found a obsidian gemstone somewhere.
Picked it up
Perhaps.
off her- It was one of the things that the guards left for the Jude lady.
It was on the desk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you actually swiped one of that. I was gonna say you found it in the wagon, but sure, I guess we could.
You just palmed it.
Yeah, you just palmed it. All right, that is
She
going to
didn't
do
want
it for this session of Call from the Deep. We are going to have a post-session chat from the deep after the show tonight. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Raymond, and Reese for playing, and thank you to all the wonderful fans for watching, and of course the patrons. Shout out to Platinum patrons: Joe, Will, Thomas, Dan, Brennan, Zenicider, Eclectic, Roleplayer, Christopher, Corey, Big Nut, John F, John L, Eric, Tyler, Nathan, Christian Lake, Counselor, Andrew, Dell, The Reldron, Captain Woody 79, Stephanie, Patrick, Jason, Ismail, Amat, Lumpy, Spuds, Sharni, David, William, Warden, Cutest, Fox, and Harold. And gold patrons: RPG, Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Rufus, Carolyn, Jerry, Glenn, Marcus, and Mark. Thank you all very much for your support. We're live streaming our D&D adventures every week, and we will see you next time. Another session without combat, I think, also?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow. 2 in a row is pretty rare for me.
Yeah. Oh wait, last. Oh yeah, last session was it? You're right.